little Longhorns. Welcome to Snuggle and Snooze Story Time Sunday. And wow, it is a windy Sunday today. So instead of reading to you outside, I thought I would read inside so at least you could hear me over the wind. So this is a big week. It's called Read Across America, kind of a Dr. Seuss themed started it. It's a national day, and it's a day that encourages people to read. Reading is important in your life. It encourages adults to read, kids to read. And so that's why we kind of kick off this week, today being the day, but we celebrate it all week because reading is very important. I read every day I come home. If I had to tell you the truth, reading is my all-time favorite subject. Probably my math teachers would tell you because you're horrible at math, that's why reading's your favorite subject. That is true too, but it really is. I love to read. So, to kick off, we are doing green eggs and ham tomorrow for Monday. So that means everyone is encouraged to wear green tomorrow to kick off our Read Across America week, okay? Last week, we read the Pout Fish and the Bully. So this one is going to be the Pout Fish and the Mad Day. And it was still written by Deborah Deason and illustrated by Dan Hanna. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I have a mad day. I try not to because no one wants to be mad and ugly, but sometimes that happens. So let's see what happens when Pout Fish has a mad day. The first thing that happened on that morning, that mad morning, was a broken favorite souvenir. It shattered without warning. Oh no. Do you know how it shattered? Bump, crack. That's right, looks like his fin. Well, Mr. Fish was left with pieces that he had to try to reassemble. But his glue stick was missing. His pout began to tremble. Oh my goodness. Out of all of his supplies, he cannot find his glue stick. He went to tell his friends, but they didn't seem to care. He thought they were ignoring him. He felt his temper flare. He swirled away in anger, and his fins got whirled around. He lost his fishy balance, and he bumped right into the ground. That's what happens when you get mad. Well, he tangled with some seaweed as he tried to swim away. He splashed and thrashed and crashed about. Oh, and his thoughts were in disarray. He does not look happy, does he? Well, a feeling filled his guts, and a sound began to stir. Much bigger than a blub. It was a mad. What do you think it was? Grrr. Look how mad he is. We always want to make good choices at school because we never want to see our teachers grrr in. Or Miss Cooley, grrr, in. Alarmed, his friends came over and they gathered by his side. What's wrong? They asked him worriedly. With an effort, he replied, it's been one thing, then another, and then another stacked on top. I am mad and getting madder, and I don't know how to stop. Well, Miss Clam consoled her fuming friend. We've all been mad at times. It's a challenging emotion, but it doesn't mean you're bad. She's right, said Mr. Jelly. And there's much that you can do to restore your inner balance and return to feeling you. Mr. Fish said, "Weren't you listening? I am angry to the brim." Oh my goodness. He scowled and turned away from them, his mad in charge of him. Look how ugly he's being to his friends, and that's what happens when we're mad. It's been one thing after another, then another stacked on top. My mad keeps getting bigger and there's no way it will stop. Well, Mrs. Squid replied, "You've got this. To get started, simply breathe. Then slowly count from 1 to 10 to counteract the seethe." Oh, she's being so helpful. Well, Mr. Fish was not persuaded, but reluctantly he tried. A long breath and counting 2, it soothed him deep inside. He felt a little better and he wasn't quite as ruffled. But there's still grrr inside of me, Mr. Fish's thoughts kerfluffled. It'd been one thing, then another, and then another stacked on top. All that mad had made a muddle. Could he make it really stop? Could he? Can you make yourself stop being mad? Yes. Mr. Lantern shone his lights when you're hurt or feeling sad, disappointed, scared, or worried. Those can channel in to mad. The solution, said Miss Shimmer, is to talk about what's wrong. Pick words for what you're feeling. When you use them, you are strong. And remember the friends last Sunday's book about the bully, using your friends to help you stay strong always helps. And how many times does your teacher say, use your words? Well, it's too hard, said Mr. Fish with his voice close to despair. But he breathed again, in and out, and then he began to share. He shared one thing, then another stacked on top. His load began to lighten, and his mad began to stop. And his friends all listened closely as he spoke about this morning. He reflected on the feelings that were anger's early warning. See, he's using his words. He talked about the troubles that had made his angry mix. They changed with calm attention and to problems he could fix. It takes one thing, then another, and then another stacked on top. But with words and self-compassion, I bring anger to a stop. So the Pout fish had faced his mad. And look, the missing glue. The pieces are together now, and Mr. Fish feels as good as new. And even adults, we need to breathe and use our words when we're feeling mad, because sometimes talking about it just makes it not so bad. So boys and girls, next time you get mad, try to use your words and talk it out and not get mad. Mad is not going to help anything. So, hope you enjoyed that book. I will see all of you. happy Longhorns tomorrow dressed in green. Have a great Sunday.